What is up, YouTube? It's Johnny, and today we are here with a great friend of mine, and it's a special occasion because the season 2 finale of Mandalorian just premiered last night. And if you missed it, if you haven't seen it yet, if you are into Star Wars, do not watch this yet if you have not seen it, because we're going to be talking spoilers, and you do not want to get this episode spoiled for you. Trust me. Um, but yeah, like I said, my name is Johnny, and I'm here with my good friend Matthew. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Are you excited to talk Mandalorian?
Yeah, always.
Well,
Anything. Talk.
so tell me how you feel about Mandalorian as a whole, really quickly, before we start getting into the specific episode.
So at first I was pretty skeptical because I just thought it was some stupid Disney spin-off thing, but it turned out to be pretty good. I think it's just gradually gotten better. Like with every episode, it's just gotten better, and then of course the final episode is probably the best one so far.
It
And
was,
I don't know. I feel like it just makes me wonder like what Star Wars would have looked like if like Dave Filoni and John Favreau had just directed all the movies.
yeah, that's definitely a good point, and yeah, this episode was something, man. So, I mean, first of all of season 2, we've been building up since the season 1 finale, where we saw Moff Gideon have the dark saber, right? And we're
Yeah.
like, how is this gonna be used? How is this gonna play? And then in season 2, of course, Mando goes to the planet where he finds Ahsoka, and they have a bunch of battles with these other people, and he gets this Beskar spear. And as soon as I saw that spear, I was like, oh, they're gonna have to fight each other. Mando and Moff Gideon, they're gonna have to fight with the spear and the sword. And so we finally got that this episode. That was cool. But what if I told you that wasn't even the coolest part of this episode? It's
I mean,
pretty.
what do you mean?
What if I told you that one of the most beloved Star Wars characters of all time, who we
Oh,
haven't seen in decades, technically, because we saw
yeah.
an older version of him, but this version of
We
Luke
haven't seen Happy
Skywalker. We haven't seen Happy Luke Skywalker,
Luke.
Jedi Knight, Jedi Master. He finally comes back. And yeah, Dave Filoni and John Favreau, and then Peyton Reed, director of Ant-Man and Ant-Man 2, directed this episode.
Really? I
And
didn't know that.
they just knocked it out of the park. I mean, who saw this coming? Who saw them? Who saw Luke Skywalker coming?
Yeah, I didn't know. I read an article. I think a lot of people weren't expecting Luke to be the Jedi. I think they were expecting some other smaller Jedi nobody knew about before that had survived Order 66, or someone like Kanan, like in the Rebels series, who
Yeah,
had Padawan, buddy. But as soon as you see the X-wing, I saw as soon as I saw the X-wing, and then you could see Grogu like sensing the Jedi. I pretty much knew it was Luke at that point, and probably fangirled a little bit
oh yeah,
at that moment.
absolutely,
But
absolutely.
worse than I did when I saw Ahsoka. So
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah, like you were saying, my money was on Ezra, like, because with Dave
really,
Filoni, and
yeah. Well, they have made a
we know he's
connection.
out there, yeah,
Yeah,
and maybe Ahsoka, she was looking for a Thrawn, so maybe Ezra's still out there, and maybe Ahsoka's looking for him, so we might see that story kind of unfold in the Ahsoka, Disney Plus series
right.
coming. Um, but yeah, man. So it turns out from a few episodes ago, Grogu got in contact with a Jedi, none other than Luke Skywalker, and yeah, he pulls up in that X-wing at the very end when all hope seems lost for our heroes, and you're just like, wait, an X-wing, and you start thinking, and you're like, who has an X-wing? I was like, it's not the little X-wing pilot from like a few episodes ago. Like
Yeah,
he's not gonna do anything. And then you see him start to walk down the hallways on the camera, and he's got this hood on, and you're
yeah,
like, "There's no way that's like Luke Skywalker, right?"
yeah. At that
And,
point, At first, I thought when my immediate thought when I saw the X-wing was that it was the New Republic coming in,
right,
or some kind of crazy thing like that happening.
right.
It was just one X-wing, and then somebody had said that they weren't for sure it was Luke until the reveal at the elevator. But I mean, you can see the glove, and you can
The
see the
lightsaber, man.
lightsaber. The lightsaber gives it away because
I
it's
was freaking out as
Obi
soon as I
Wan.
saw the lightsaber. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I mean, and then he just goes to town on these dark troopers that they've been building them up
yeah,
all
it makes the Dark Troopers
season.
look like nobodies.
Yeah, I mean, because Mando, he had a cool fight with one with the spear, and then he just kind of pulled the trash chute, which I was like, why is there just a big lever there?
Yeah,
It's kind
and
of,
it kind of makes you think like that was it.
Right. But then
I
they
gotta
come
remember that
back.
they had jet boosters or whatever on their
Yeah.
feet.
And
So
then they come back up the same little bridge that the other two Mandalorians like snuck under, did the sneak attack
yeah,
from earlier on the episode. So that was really neat. But overall, I mean, it was a good episode. But then the ending just elevated it so much more
yeah,
than I could have ever expected.
yeah. I agree.
And then, of course, R2D2 was there too, and he sees Grogu, and maybe, I mean, there's a good chance that R2D2 recognized either like his species because of Yoda, but there's
Yeah.
also a good chance that he knew Grogu from like being at the Jedi
Oh
Temple
yeah.
or something
I
like
didn't think
that.
about that.
So
Yeah.
we'll have to
Somebody
see.
I saw somebody had said like a lot of people don't understand R2, and so Grogu and R2 can relate to each other in that way
Yeah,
because they're both kind of side characters that not everybody understands.
right. And you gotta think that Baby Yoda is gonna come back, right? I mean, he said, I'll see you later," and everybody loves Grogu. They're
Yeah.
not gonna just leave him. So I'm all you Baby Yoda fans. I wouldn't hold your breath. I'm sure he'll be back pretty soon. Um,
Yeah.
hey YouTube, what's going on? Before the video starts, I have a quick announcement. For the next 2 weeks leading up to December 25th, Christmas Day, of course, I will be doing 12 days of content countdown. And what that means is every day we'll have a brand new video of something gaming, hopefully Christmas related. And I'm going to be doing a very special giveaway for one lucky subscriber at the end of the 12 days of content. So make sure, if you're not already, subscribe to the channel and like every day's video for an extra chance to win. And who knows, maybe you'll be the lucky one. Anyways, enjoy the video. Well, and then, good episode, but then, of course, the credits are going. And also, the
Yeah.
music this episode was great, and the music just keeps playing through the credits. And then we get to this post-credit scene, which you saw, right?
Yeah. So I didn't even know there was one. I just was lazy and had left it playing.
Yeah.
And I got on my phone and then I looked up and there was the last scene. So
And
that
then,
was pretty.
so of course, we see the twin sons. We're going back to Tatooine. We see Jabba's palace. Well,
Yeah. And I had
formerly,
forgotten that Jabba was dead at this point.
that's right. It's so
Yeah.
he died back in Return of the Jedi, and so we go down and we see Bib Fortuna. He was kind of Jabba's right hand man back in the
I
original
think he gained some
trilogy.
weight.
Do what now?
I think he gained some weight.
He put on some pounds for sure.
Yeah.
He's been eating those little
Turned into Jabba.
frogs. Yeah, yeah, he is. So he's kind of been, I guess, running this like underworld, the crime rings, in Jabba's absence. But of course, we get Boba Fett and what's the girl's name? It's like
Finnick.
Finnick. They're traveling together now, and they go there. They have a little conversation, and Boba just shoots him cold. And so now we see Boba is going to be the headmaster of the underworld, and we get this announcement that the book of Boba Fett is coming December 2021. So my understanding is it's just going to be like a short miniseries. I think they're like filming it right now. I don't.
Really?
I think because they're gonna have this as well as the third season of Mandalorian.
Okay, so I was wondering if that was going to be the third season of Mandalorian.
See, that's what I initially thought, but apparently
Yeah,
it's
that's right.
it's gonna be its own little thing.
Cool. So that's another spinoff.
We got another show coming our way. But yeah, I mean, what do you think? Where will this season 3 of Mandalorian go? Because I mean, they ended it. They closed this story, but they still left it open for some things to go.
Yeah, I mean, I guess maybe, Din Djarin could meet up with Grogu again. I don't know why he would necessarily, other than to see his growth. But
Yeah.
I mean, it could be like a few years in the future kind of thing, or we could just see. I feel like we could just see Din Djarin do his own different, like his own journey, like maybe going back to work and not liking, or like the Mandalorian thing, retaking Mandalore.
Right.
Is where I feel like it's probably going to go with Bo-Katan.
Yeah, they're definitely gonna have to explore that. I mean, because I guess technically he's the rightful ruler of Mandalore right now.
Figure out how to get the dark saber from him, so that's
Yep.
gonna be interesting.
And of course, Bo-Katan wants it from him, so they have a
Yeah.
interesting story going there. But yeah, I mean, he definitely had a very special attachment to Grogu that changed the character from where we first saw him in season 1. I saw a bunch of fans were pointing out that there's a missed opportunity for Din Djarin to give Grogu like his little metal ball at the end when they were leaving.
Oh, dang.
So maybe
Well, maybe we'll do that in the future.
yeah, maybe they'll be reunited and he'd be like, oh, you forgot this or something, you know.
Yeah.
So but that was pretty neat. But yeah, I mean, we still got this dark saber back in the hands, I guess, of Mando and kind of his crew. So we'll see what
Yeah.
happens with that. Of course, Moff Gideon's still alive. They have him captured. So you know he could do something, escape.
They always
Who
do.
knows? They always do. But I mean, in the episode, we see him say, he says, "The child, I no longer need the child. I already have what I need," and it seems like that's kind of the catalyst for what eventually turns into Snoke. Is this kind of Force blood
Really?
or
I, I,
whatever?
I guess that could be. Yeah, that could actually. And I have not made that connection.
I feel like that's kind of what they're hinting at. Is this is like how
Yeah.
they cloned Palpatine or Snoke in the new
Yeah.
trilogy.
That.
Because that's what the guy that they captured. He was like, "Oh, I'm a clone. Like I'm a cloner scientist person."
Right.
And so that's why they needed the child's blood for the M count. So
Yeah.
they I guess that's already set in motion. But luckily, you know, Grogu made it out safely. God bless. I don't know what fans would have done if Grogu got hurt. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, there's still the question of what happened to him. What happens to him? Before the sequels.
yeah,
So,
absolutely. I mean, Vin Solo, you know, he could.
yeah, that's what I'm afraid of.
Hopefully, we'll find out in either future episodes of
There weren't any,
Mandalorian or
there weren't any
something.
very small Knights of Ren, so
Yeah,
that only means maybe Grogu escaped again.
maybe I mean, he already escaped once back in Order 66.
Yeah.
I hope that we get something explaining that because we still don't know how he who's like helped him escape and who kind of mentored him or watched over him this whole
Yeah, that would be
time.
kind of cool to see that somehow. I don't know how, but
And the same thing. So hopefully, same thing similar to this Boba Fett. Like we still don't know how he kind of escaped from the Sarlacc pit, and how he got to where he was. So
right.
hopefully they'll explore that in the miniseries, Book of Boba Fett. But
Yeah, they probably will. Maybe a
um,
flashback or something.
yeah, hopefully some flashbacks. But also one last thing. I mean, this episode was just so good. But what of the upcoming Star Wars Disney Plus shows interest you most, or are you most looking forward to?
But there's no question that it's the Obi-Wan Kenobi series.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean he's my number. He's been my favorite character the whole time. So the fact that they're making a series about him, I will probably enjoy it more than Mandalorian, just because Obi-Wan is my favorite character.
Absolutely.
I'm absolutely excited about that. I wish it came out sooner, but at least they're starting to shoot it soon. So
Right. Yeah, I mean, they've been trying. They wanted to make this thing a movie like years ago. It felt like.
yeah,
It feels like now, and then they were like, "What if we made it a show?"
yeah, it's even better.
Seems like they're finally getting the ball rolling, and they've seen how successful Mandalorian has been, and this
Yeah,
future of like Star Wars television is like a new kind of era of Star Wars that we're heading into.
yeah,
I'm very excited for it. But yeah, the Obi-Wan show, man, got Ewan coming back. We they just announced that Hayden Christensen's gonna be back.
Yep.
It's Darth Vader. So hopefully we can see some more of their story because I mean, their story is so interesting to so many people. Like I mean, you
Yeah,
literally,
I agree.
we grew up with their story of them being best friends and then like
Right.
ultimately Anakin turning. But yeah, I have to say I'm right there with you. The Obi-Wan show has so much potential, just with all the cast coming back, and you know, I'm sure Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau will be working with it as
Yeah,
well.
I hope they're the ones directing it because they're doing a good job. I mean, there's some other good directors too. So
I think they said that one of the main directors was gonna be Deborah Chow, who
Deborah
has
Chow, yeah.
also
She did.
directed a bunch of
She did
Mandalorian.
episode 3, I think, of Mandalorian.
Of the first season or the second season?
First season, I think.
Okay.
She may have done another one after that. Either 3 or was it? It was 3 or 6. She may have done 6, which everybody liked that one too. So
Yeah.
that was the Anyway,
So she'll be doing some of them, but yeah, I'm sure Jon Favreau and Filoni will have a good hand. But man, this episode, I mean, talk about a season finale, like So good. I'm so glad that Star Wars seems to be back on the right track. I mean, after the sequel trilogy, a lot of fans were very disappointed with Disney
Yeah,
and how they kind of let this franchise kind of slip through the cracks. It
yeah,
seemed like, but
great.
uh, looks like they're starting to get back on the right track. And I mean, Jon Favreau, what can we say, man? He basically started the MCU with directing Iron Man, and now he comes over to Star Wars and writes The Mandalorian and
Yeah,
sets it
I
back
didn't
on
I
track.
didn't realize what big a part he had. I thought John Favreau was just the guy that played Happy in
Right?
Spider Man. That's all I knew about
Spider-Man.
him. And
Even going back in Elf, he's the doctor. I think he
yeah,
directed Elf
I
as
didn't
well.
realize that until the other day. It was on TV on one of the
And
channels, and I was like, that's John Favreau.
speaking of
But apparently he directed the Elf
Christmas,
too. So
yep, he's just one of the greats of our
yeah,
generation. But
yeah.
man, anything else that we can think of from this season finale? I'm trying to think. I really didn't have much disappointments with it. I mean,
No, there was the whole thing was good.
everything really delivered. Even just like from the beginning scenes when Boba Fett was flying his ship around, and you're just seeing him like it's just such a good legendary, iconic ship from Star Wars.
Yeah.
So that was awesome.
I was thinking about that. He must have. I'm sure, like we've known this for a while, but he repainted the ship, did he not? Because it's the
He would
same
have had
ship
to.
as his father's, right?
Right.
Yeah, so it's the same one. Pretty interesting how
The
it's
ship,
like iconic.
ship and
Maybe
the
not
armor,
quite
I guess.
thousand iconic, but it's pretty iconic.
It is up there, it's for sure.
Yeah,
Dude, I just now we're gonna
and the
have to
side
wait.
charges.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And now we gotta wait. Who knows how long for the next season of Mandalorian?
I think they
Um,
said it's December 2021.
December 2021 as well.
Yeah,
Okay,
we gotta wait a year.
that's not too bad, but
They like to make us wait.
yeah, they really do. Hopefully, well, they'll be getting these other series going fast, and we
Yeah,
can get them out to us. But yeah, man, this is exciting time again to be a Star Wars fan.
yeah.
If they can keep this momentum up. But any final thoughts of this episode in Mandalorian in particular?
I think we pretty much covered just about everything.
Alrighty then. Well, once again, thank you guys for checking this video out. What did you think of the season finale of Mandalorian? I mean, obviously you heard it from both of us. We thought it was spectacular. Getting to see Luke Skywalker, him messing up all the droids, and unfortunately, I mean, even again, the motions from Grogu and Din Djarin had me in the feels. I mean,
Oh yeah,
they've been together for 2 seasons.
yeah. I mean, I think there. I mean, and somebody else pointed this out. I read a lot of articles about it today. Um, that it brought probably more of an emotional response than the sequels did,
Oh,
and with what
absolutely.
they had going on. I
And
mean,
I think that's
it's just
just
how the growth
yeah,
from
exactly.
Din Djarin and Grogu's relationship.
Just
Just developed.
with this new television format, they have so much more
Yeah,
time
you
to
had more
develop these
time.
characters.
Yeah,
Um, so yeah, hopefully they can continue this momentum and keep Star Wars, keep these fans excited and happy for the future. But thank you guys for checking out this episode. Uh, let us know what you thought of it. Like this video if you enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe to enter into the 12 days of content. Once again, I'm Johnny. Matthew, thank you for joining me. It
thank
was a
you for having me.
pleasure. And we will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.